Hello lovelies, welcome once again to my channel. This is Evangel. If this is your first time, maybe you just bumped into this video, thank you so much. Please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. Let me hear what you've got to say about my videos, and make sure you watch other videos that I've done in the past concerning this place. Yes, I know you're going to enjoy this. Don't mind me. So somebody asked about living expenses in Saudi Arabia. Living expenses in Saudi Arabia. Oh, I'm going to be talking about this, at different stages in this place, because things are evolving, and of course, you know, with everything that is happening, a lot of things have changed. So here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, to start with, most salaries are 100% tax-free. It means that if you're paid 5,000 riyals, Saudi Arabian riyals, you're going home with 5,000 Saudi Arabian riyals. There is nothing like tax on your salary, which is something that may be strange to somebody who has been working in the Western world. Here there is no tax on your salary. So that aside, secondly, when I came here, as in when I relocated to this place, there was nothing like VAT. Value added tax on commodities or products you buy, whether on land or online. There was nothing like that. So if you're buying one pen for 1 riyal, it is 1 riyal you will pay, and you get that pen. But after a year or two, I think 2 years, after 2 years, yes, then there was this 5% VAT, 5% value added tax. So when you buy anything, you will get an extra 5% bill of that product. You buy one pen for 1 riyals, you will get 5% of 1 riyals added to your bill. When this started, we were just saying, oh my god, this is not good, this is not good, oh why now? We love it the way it was before. But you and I know that most countries thrive on taxes. That's the simple truth. Most countries thrive, they strive on taxes. But this place has been keeping up with their game without these taxes. Now, in this 2020, another increment was done on the VAT. It is no longer 5%, it is now 15%. Surprise, surprise. So the value added tax in this place right now is 15%, and it goes for almost everything you buy. Almost everything you buy. So that aside, so we are now on the page of 15% VAT in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So this is not part of the living expenses, but I just wanted to clear this off way so that when I talk about living expenses, you understand what I mean. You understand me better. So talking about living expenses, I'm going to be talking about rents that you have to pay every month. Recurrent expenses or recurrent expenditure, and then occasional expenditure. Now with the recurrent expenditure, of course, you know, your house rent will come, your water bill will come, your electricity bill will come, your feeding or food will come. These are recurrent expenditure. And then your phone bill or your data bill, depends on the one where you are and what you're using. Here, not every city has a planned phone bills. Most people buy their data, they use the mobile data and all that. Most people use mobile data, yes. And for water, not every city has a government arranged kind of water. You buy your water from the grocery stores, your drinking water, and then for water for washing, you have supplies and you pay for it monthly. They will get monthly supplies for you and you pay for it monthly. For these are not very big cities or smaller cities and villages, communities, yes. But in some places there is government organized or arranged water kind of. You don't have to pay for that. It's free in some places, while in some places you have to pay just the token. It's not really, it's not usually a very heavy bill on anybody. So coming to living expenses, I will give an instance for a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom flats, 3-bedroom flats. Most houses in the city, of course, you know, in any place, in any country, those living in the city will definitely pay more for rent and some other stuff than those who are living in the suburban regions or suburbs. So for those who are living in the city, a city like Jeddah, I've not lived in Jeddah, but I go to Jeddah from time to time. I've not lived in Jeddah. Jeddah is the commercial city of Saudi Arabia. Riyadh is the capital city. I've not been to Riyadh before. I'm planning a trip to Riyadh, and I hope I will be able to take you along with me. So for Jeddah, an average 2-bedroom flat in Jeddah may go for like 2,000 riyals, which is equivalent to 200,000 naira monthly. 200,000 naira monthly. For dollar, that is about $500 monthly. This is a big city. This is 2-bedroom flats, apartments. Now for smaller cities, that same 2-bedroom apartment might likely go for 800 riyals, or maybe maximum 1,000 riyals, which is about $250 or 100,000 naira, 80 to 100,000 naira per month. So if you are in the smaller cities, of course, you're going to be experiencing lesser amount for your rent. But remember, some of the houses are not as equipped as those that will be in the bigger cities. So you have to get your furniture, you have to get your household equipments. That's the thing. While in the city, some of these houses are just come in and leave. I mean, you don't need to buy anything. But those in the suburbs or rural areas, you have to do a lot of renovations before you'll be able to, I mean, make it habitable for you to live in. So that's aside. That is for housing. For electricity, before, I mean, it used to be so insignificant what we pay for electricity. It used to be very, very insignificant. But like I said again, 2 years ago, I mean, the premium changed. I mean, there were lots of, I mean, money added to it. So depends on how you manage your electricity. One here, air conditioner is the major issue for everybody when it comes to electricity, because you will burn your AC 24/7 because this place is quite hot. But during their winter period, which is what we're experiencing now, as you can see, my AC is not on because I'm not feeling hot. During the winter period, you may not really burn as much as you would have if it was summer. In summer, you dare not turn off your AC because within 1 minute you might want to collapse. That's the simple truth. So in summer, the bills go higher, while during the winter, supposedly winter, the bills go down. So for electricity bill, it could, in summer, for somebody who is living alone, it could go as high as 300 to 400 riyals. Yes, 300 to 400 riyals. That is like $100 per month. In people who, I mean, who have a larger family, of course, you have AC in all the rooms, and you use a lot of electrical gadgets and all that, so you expect it to be higher. But if you're living alone during summer, you expect your electricity bill to go maybe to 300 400 riyals, depending how you manage your electricity. But during winter, it could come as low as 100 riyals. That is like 100 riyals is like $25, $20 to $25. Yes, 100 riyals is like 10,000 naira. So that is it for electricity. But for water, you pay as you go. As you're using, you are paying. So if they get to the 1 month supply, and then whatever it is, you will pay. But most times it's not more than 50 riyals or 40 riyals. It's not more than that for a month. But if you have a larger family, of course, you know you spend more on all these things. But comparing Saudi Arabia living expenses to maybe Dubai or to Nigeria, I think if you're living and working here, the living expenses is lower, but the standard of living is not so compromised. Yes, the living expenses is lower, but the standard of living is not very much compromised if you're living and working here. But if you're a visitor, it might look expensive to you because you will be paying out of pocket. But if you earn your salary here compared to what you will be spending, you will save a lot more. Yes, you will save so much. If you're here, you're not very extravagant, so you will save a lot, because by the time you calculate your monthly earnings and then you check your monthly expenses, you will know that if you're not spending extravagantly, you will be able to save something. That's the simple truth. And for groceries, of course, food is a recurrent expenses. For groceries, it depends on what you eat and how you eat it, but food generally is cheap here. Food generally is cheap here. So if you have maybe a family of 3 or 4, you can basically make do with 500 reals per month for recurrent stuff that you need to buy. If you don't buy in bulk, you will spend more. But if you buy in bulk, you will spend less. That's it. That's the secret. If you buy in bulk, you will spend less. But if you don't buy in bulk, you spend more. So if you buy in bulk, maybe you buy all the rice you need for like 2-3 months. You buy all the spaghetti, indomie, whatever you want to buy. I mean, all the non-perishables, you buy them in bulk. So what you'll be spending money will be on fruits and veggies, majorly fruits and veggies. Then you will spend less. Just map out like 500 or 600 reals per month if you buy in bulk. But if you don't, you spend more. And then if you eat out, you spend more than somebody who is cooking in the house. So that is it for food. Now for your phone or data, of course, some people will spend more, depends on your network, while some will spend less. Well, for my data, sometimes I spend up to between 300 and 400 reals per month, because I'm doing YouTube. I have to upload my videos, I have to edit. Some of the app I use in editing needs data also. They're not offline apps. So it depends on what you do. And I call steady, I do lots of Zoom conferences. So most times I spend like 500 monthly on my mobile data that I use in the house also. But if you're using router or you're using Wi-Fi, I think it's a lot cheaper. It depends on what you're using. So generally, what I'm trying to say is the living expenses in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is not so high, but you will still get a good standard of living. It's not so high, but you still get a good standard of living. It used to be far less in the past, but now there is VAT. There is VAT, and it's 15%. So when you add it to whatever you're going to be buying, be it phone bills, be it grocery, be it clothing, be it whatever, then when you calculate it, I have not really actually sat down to calculate what I spend in a month, because once my salary comes, I just map out a particular amount, and then the rest, I mean, you know what happens. So that is it for living expenses in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and what to expect. But if you're not extravagant, believe me, you will save a lot here than in any other place. That's the simple truth. If you're not extravagant, you will spend a lot here than in any other place. If you keep it moderate, you will save a lot here than in any other place. And this is one place, I mean, you will get some other benefits surrounding your work and your living expenses as well. So that is it. There are food banks, free food banks here, but I have never accessed it before. I don't know who it is meant for. Whether I know there are foreigners who go there also to take food and all that. They give you the basic, I mean, food that you need in the house. I have never accessed it before, and I don't know if it's meant for only Muslims or whether all religions are involved. I don't know. I didn't ask, but I know I've seen lots of food banks here and there around me. There are, but I have never accessed it before. So if you come and that is your, I mean, you're comfortable with such, you can as well go ahead and ask about it and know if it will maybe reduce your living expenses sort of. But I'm fine. I come with my food from Nigeria most of the time, so that's it. That is it. And I buy the necessary ones here. Oh my god, this video is getting started. Please, have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Let me give you just a second to subscribe. Thank you so much for your subscription. Thank you for liking, for sharing, and I'll see you in my next. Take care of yourself. Bye. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.